Hey guys, next up we have Marianne, who is actually a former intern with Positive Media. Are you out there, Marianne?
Woo! Can you hear me?
Hi, Marianne.
I am. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I miss you guys. Hello to everybody in Miami.
Oh,
hey! Oh, this is like a reunion. I love it. Can you hear me, John?
I can hear you. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Dallas. I'm in Dallas in school here now, but I had the honor of having lunch with you and the guys as well as Jamie in West Palm Beach last year.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But yeah, I just first of all, just wanted to say thank you for your music and inspiring people to be really transparent and honest. So it's good stuff. But my question was, before you guys really hit the stage, did you ever feel conflicted between the desire to be an artist as a profession and something quote unquote more practical?
What do you mean? I guess for me it's, let me see if I understand your question, right? The music that we play stands at the crossroads between art, commerce, and faith. And are you saying how do we figure out how to navigate those streets?
I guess I meant like you guys, you're very honest in what you're. Just personally what all of you guys stand for and the music that you create. So that's really inspiring that it's all integrated beautifully. But no, I guess my question was more along the lines of like before you guys were really big, did you ever have doubts about being an artist as a profession? And I guess because I have a lot of friends that play music, and I noticed a lot of them have this conflict between, going the practical route or really, pushing themselves in the industry.
Like whether to give up their day job or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, for me, music was always just a thing I loved to do, and I never imagined myself to be a professional musician because I didn't know any when I was a kid. Just, my parents were musicians, and they both had day jobs, and everyone I knew that, most of my parents' friends were musicians, and they were all, they all had day jobs. And so for me, I always figured I'd graduate college and then kind of, always play music. As far as, like, at a certain point, kind of, I guess music for us just kind of, it chased us down where certain things happened, and we recorded our first record actually before my brother had graduated from high school. And so it was one of those things where it was kind of an obvious decision for me when I dropped out of college that, I could always come back to college, but I was paying money to these professors at the music school to teach me things about recording that I was already doing and getting paid for. So, I don't know, it felt like a fairly easy decision. My attitude is always stay in school, keep the job, but love what you're doing, love the music. Because if you're passionate about it, if you love it with all of you, that's contagious. And it doesn't matter whether you're playing for 5 people or 5,000 people. Who's to say what's a more significant event, So I guess that's always my advice to up-and-coming folks.
Yeah, awesome.
Thanks, Marianne.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marianne.
We miss you.
Miss you too. Bye.
Bye. So our next guest is Gina Morbitzer. Gina, you're on.
Hi, John. This is Gina from landofbrokenhearts.org.
Hey, Gina, what's happening?
Good. Just hanging out, obviously. So my question was, what is your most vibrant memory from this past year? Like something that you're never, ever going to forget.
Wow. My most vibrant memory.
Yeah, probably kind of a hard question.
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, I mean, if you want the first thing that sticks out for me right now, like the very first thing I think about,
yeah,
is this video footage that I watched Sunday night at a benefit for an organization called Life Rolls On.
Mm-hmm.
Life Rolls On is an organization that helps support folks that had spinal cord injuries, whether paraplegic or quadriplegic or whatever. It was founded by a guy who was paralyzed while surfing. Jesse Billauer and his brother Josh run the organization, and they showed footage of this guy who was in high school, and he was learning how to walk again. And it was he had never walked since the age of, I think it was 1 or 2. He had been a car had hit him, and he had lost the use of his legs. And there's a organization that helps people like that learn how to walk again. And so he was learning how to walk for the first time at age 16, and to see the pain that he was going through and the determination and the fight that he had to take every, little 6-inch step that he took was one of the most powerful images I've ever seen. So that for me is the most memorable thing I've seen all year.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes, it was one of those things that I don't think there was a dry eye in the whole room.
Yeah, everyone's bringing out the tissues. Yeah.
Yeah. So it definitely puts in perspective when there's a complaint about traffic or the weather, that it in the back of my mind begins to go back to that kid and think, well, I do have a lot going for me. There's no complaints.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks for answering that. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Gina. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too. I'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
We have a few more questions. Hi, the next caller we have is going to be John. He has a question about one of your songs called My Love Goes Free.
All right.
Yeah, hey, John.
Hey, what's going on? Is this John?
Yeah, hey, what's up?
John, this is John. Good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. That could get confusing if we go on too long like that, so I'll ask my question. When I hear the song My Love Goes Free, I think of a couple different things, and I kind of feel a couple different things, or anticipate feeling a couple different things. And one would be like a parent letting a child go as that child grows up, and the other one would be kind of a relationship ending or a lost love or something like that. So I was just wondering what you were thinking when you wrote that song.
I'm standing in the room where I wrote and recorded it a few years ago. And
cool.
We since moved the piano, so there's no piano in here. Otherwise, I'd talk a little bit. But yeah, it's that song is a really personal song for me. Yeah, I think both of those meanings could be appropriate. I think that there's a certain amount of possession that we feel in love, and that possession in some ways is natural, and then in other ways becomes completely horrible for both parties concerned. And whether it's a mother or a relationship. And so I think in love there's a part of it that has to learn how to let go. We got a song on our new record called Do You Love Me Enough to Let Me Go?
Cool.
That's kind of dealing with the same thing. So
awesome.
Man. I love that song. I'm so glad you dig.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I can't wait to get the new record too. So
awesome.
Thanks so much, man.
John.
Yeah, you too.
Our next caller will be Sherry. Sherry, you out there?
Yes, I am. Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. I just first wanted to say thank you for being you and for being a messenger of hope, catalyst of change. I very much admire your bringing our attention to social justice and awareness and things. So thank you for doing that.
Very much.
My question is, and you might have covered it a little bit earlier in the conversation when you were talking about the new album and about hurricanes, but I basically just want to know what your greatest obstacle in the industry has been, and just a little insight into, what are some of the struggles in doing what you do.